Hi, my name is Carsten. What's your full name, please?
My full name's Anna Nguyen. You can call me Anna for short.
Thank you, Anna. Where are you from, Anna?
I'm from Vietnam.
In the first part, Anna, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself.
Yeah.
Do you work or are you a student?
Currently, I'm a student in University of Wollongong. I'm studying Bachelor of Commerce, majoring in marketing. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. What do you enjoy about studying that subject?
The most favorite thing about marketing is that it's give me some hands-on experience. It explains why the brand choose to do that advertising on TV or on social media sites. I think it's very practical. I think one of the most practical subjects in the university.
Thank you, Anna. Now, Anna, what job do you hope to get after you have finished your studies?
I hope to get a marketing position in a business, maybe as marketing assistant or marketing specialist. Otherwise, I can work at marketing agents in the agency. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Now, Anna, let's talk about animals. What's your favorite wild animal?
To be honest, I'm not so in favor of animals. I'm not hate them, but to be too fancy about them, I'm not. So I do not own any animal at home, and I do not have any favorite animal. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, were you interested in animals when you were a child?
Not really, actually. My family owned a cat when I was 5 or 4, but I do not get close to her, although my parents really like the cat. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Now, do you think children should be encouraged to look after a pet?
Yeah, although I do not so in favor of pet, I think it's a bad way for children to have their own cats, because it helps them to take care of other people. Maybe the pet can be their friends when their parents are up to ears in their work. So I think it's the best way, beneficial to the children.
Thank you, Anna. Now, Anna, would you like to have a pet?
Yeah, I would try to have a pet in the future. Maybe a dog, one of the most pet that I can think of if I have a chance to own one in the future.
Thank you, Anna. Now, Anna, let's talk about mobile phones.
Yeah.
How often do you use a mobile phone?
To be honest, I use my phone almost every day. My screen time on the iPhone maybe 4 hours per week. But the mobile phone wraps up all of my life. So everything inside the phone, so I use it almost every day.
Thank you. And when was the first time you used a mobile phone?
The first time I used the mobile phone, and I own it as well, is when I was 12 years old. My parents gave it to me. It's not a smartphone at all. It's just a small phone with the keyboard. However, at that time, it was very fashionable and maybe a rich kid to own that phone.
Well, thank you, Anna. And what do you like about using mobile phones?
The mobile phones have everything inside, especially for the smartphone, because you can text the message, you can make a phone call, you can surf in the social medias. And the best thing that I love about mobile phone is that it changed the way that we communicate. Instead, I'm studying abroad, so I can call my mom, seeing her face, instead of catch a flight and coming back to Vietnam to see her face.
Thank you, Anna. And Anna, is there anything you dislike?
Yeah, it is. Just one thing, I think, because the mobile phone is not good if you use it too much. Excessive use of mobile phone can have a detrimental effect on your brain, because it have maybe I have it somewhere else, the radio emission from the iPhone. I'm not sure about that term, but it's not good for the brain if you keep it too close to your face. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Now, Anna, I'm going to give you a topic to talk about for about 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about your answer and make some notes, if you wish. Here's some paper and a pen, and here's your topic. All right. So Anna, remember you have 2 minutes to do this. Don't worry if I interrupt you. I'll tell you when your time is up. Anna, can you start speaking now, please?
I want to talk about a story that's very famous in Vietnam. It is called Tiger and Cow Hen Boy. The story is about the moral lessons of telling the lies. The cow hen boy always shout to the village, to the people of the village, that a tiger came and attacked his herds of cows, and therefore the people in the village coming out with the tools to help him and the cows. However, what they received is that he laughed at their face and that he befooled themselves. Therefore, this happened many times. After a couple of times, when he shouted again, when the tiger actually came, he shouted again for the help. No one turned up because they think that he befooled them again. Therefore, the cows eat up all the cows and left him empty. This story was told when I was a child by my maternal grandma. She told me many times during the bedtime and when we have free time together. This delivers a moral lessons that telling lies is not good in the life. It maybe give you some temporary satisfaction, but in the long term it can make you lose the trust in other people, and when you need help, no one support you. In this case, if the cow hen boy do not lie to the people.
Thank you, Anna. Your time is up. Thank you. Anna, do you enjoy reading stories?
Yes, I am. Reading story. When I was a child, I loved reading fairy tale stories in the book. However, when I grew up, I was more interested in the detective stories, or such as Sherlock Holmes, or some fantasy story like Harry Potter. It's helped me not only to entertain, but also I get some ideas about the life and some moral lesson as well.
Thank you, Anna. Now we've been talking about a story that people know well in your country, and now I'd like to discuss a few more general questions related to this, okay? First of all, let's talk about children and stories. What kind of stories do children like?
I think the types of story that they like, firstly, is the fairy tales as well. Of course, the fairy tales have that, like, when reading the fairy tale and hearing the fairy tale, they may image themselves to become the character in that fairy tale, such as prince or princess or the one that saved the world. Furthermore, the children may be interested in the fantasy stories like Harry Potter, as I said before, because it has magical power to change the world, to be transparent people, something like that. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Now, Anna, why do children enjoy having stories read to them?
I think the first reason is that when they, for example, the adult read the story to them, the adult will put the voice tone into that story, giving that an element of dramas, some magic scenes inside. Furthermore, when reading the story to the child, the children will disguise themselves into the character of that story. So that in my previous stories, the tiger and cow hen, my parents can change into the cow hen and ask me to become a tiger. It help to tighten the bonds between parents and family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. And what can children learn from stories?
They can learn about the moral lessons, about the telling lies is not good, like patience in the life is important, something like that. Furthermore, they can learn about the culture of that country, because in the storyline it has some element of the culture and the country, such as in my previous stories it had the petrol field, the farmers, the village, which is one of the most important things, or the symbols of Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Anna. Now let's talk about traditional stories, Anna. Are traditional stories important in a culture?
Yeah, it is. Of course, it is. Definitely, it is. The traditional culture is a timeless link to the past because it represents the past, the way that people live, the way that people were in the past. Furthermore, it also delivers some religious value to the culture, such as some in Hindi value they have in the story may have that people must respect to the God. So it's have religion inside. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Do you think traditional stories have become less popular nowadays than they were in the past?
Although brutal, but I have to admit it is. People now more addicted to the mobile phones. They go to the mobile phone for surfing the website, for watching the YouTube videos instead of reading to the traditional stories. It may become so terrible, so boring for them instead of watching the video which is changing every single day, update to the day, whereas traditional always have some like boring moral lessons to the youngster.
Thank you, Anna. Tell me about some ways in which we can keep traditional stories alive.
Actually, it's a difficult question, but I have to say one of the ways that we can keep the traditional is that we put it in the video type. We animated the video to translate the traditional stories. The second way I can think of is that maybe the government can do the museum with exhibit the traditional story in the pictures so that people can go into the cinema, see the pictures, reading the traditional stories, whereas having some fun in the cinema, not in the cinema, in the museum.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna. That's the end of the speaking test.
Thank you so much.